What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Bianconerizone for another daily news video. It's match week, yeah, football is almost back, I'm gonna say. Not really excited, but it is what it is. We're gonna talk about another player basically slamming Allegri and the club a little bit. That's the main discussion of basically the entire international break at this point. And this one, Kulusesvski, he tops everything all the rest or previous players basically coming out said. So we're gonna talk about that. Before we get into it, subscribe to the channel and please like the video. It's one click away, so please do that. And then yeah, let's get into it. So yeah, we're gonna talk about, Kulusevski's comments. I think everybody saw them by now, or read them by now. He came out and he was everything but nice about Allegri and the club. I'm gonna read out, I didn't pick up all the quotes because you guys saw them, read them. I'm gonna pick up 2, 3 of the entire interview we did, and then I'm gonna, discuss what it means basically. Let's get into the first one. He said, over here at Tottenham, it's much more difficult in the gym and the results are noticeable. Going from Juve to Tottenham changed my world. Conte played a big role in this. If football things simply go wrong, I haven't changed anything about myself in these months. Mentally I was going, and I always go on the field to give my best. At Juve, however, I did not work beyond how hard I tried. Then he went on to say, the biggest thing. He said, is Conte better? He said, honestly, yes. I don't want to say that one is better than the other. Well, he did. Because I have great respect for both Allegri and Conte, and both have won a lot in their careers. But the work and the idea of football are completely different. Now, I'll get the first thing out of the way. For me, there is not one way to play football. So I will say this, I'm not going to say you need to play that. You need to play like Klopp. You need to play like Pep, whatever. I'm not going to say that. There are completely different styles of play, and you can win with completely different styles of play. Ask Real Madrid, Ancelotti, Pep Guardiola, that's fine. Okay, so I'm not going to debate that. But he slammed the club. He slammed Allegri. Actually, we were talking about De Ligt and Zakaria. This is next level, basically. This is taken into basically a complete new stage of, bashing your ex-club and coach. Before I get into it, I also want to say, that's my opinion, that I'm going to say this first. It's not all on coach. Kulusevski bears a little fault of because why it didn't work out at Juve. It's not completely his fault, not at all in my opinion. But he got a lot of chances. He did under Pirlo, and every time he played, he looked horrendous. Actually horrendous. Not every time, but so many times where you're you can't be this bad. It just can't. But going back to what he said, mentally he was not right. And I understand why also. He played a few games, then he didn't play. He played in that position, he played in another position. Nobody really gave him the feeling that he was the main guy. And, well, he is a player who needs that, apparently, So, it's not that he's not at fault whatsoever. At some point, yes, as a player, you bear some of the fault of the play. But if we were playing great, if everything was good at the club, and one player comes out and he says these things, what was it, Zakaria, De Ligt, or Kulusevski? No, one of them. We as fans will be you're the problem. It's you. And I would agree. I'm we're playing well. You're the only one complaining. So what's the problem? It's you. It's not the team. The team is performing. But that's not the case. We are in a very bad position. A lot of players are coming out. there are leaks, there are players discussing things on the pitch in front of the cameras. So it's easy, and I think it's very, I don't want to say that, normal. It's okay to basically go with Kulusevski's words and be like, yeah, he's right. He is right. Because how many times have we sit here and say this team is weak, not mentally, and mentally also, like on the pitch also. We get bullied at times, we're tired. After a few minutes of pressing or whatever you want to call it, we're completely out of the game, we disappear. How many times have we said that? And he basically said that. He said like it's a big difference compared to Tottenham, basically compared to Conte. So there is an element of big truth in this. Like it's not one, it's Zakaria, it's like all these players coming out saying things. So something is up there, you know? And we can see it on the pitch. Like it's not looking good. It's actually like not looking good is being very nice. Like it's looking so bad that usually I hate international breaks. I can't wait for them to be over, you know, and Juve be back on. You know, I watch Juve. Now, I'm not even bothered. Like I woke up today and I wasn't like, oh, we play this week. I was like, nothing. Before I was recording this video, I thought, oh, we play. I forgot about that. Like I'm not looking forward to it. Not because I don't want to see, I mean, you can say you don't want to see this team play, but I'm like, it's going to be the same thing over and over again. That's the main point. And that's basically what Kulusevski is saying. Like, there's no trust. It's completely different, you know, Conte, Allegri, which is fine, like different styles, but we don't have a style at this point. Like, we have absolutely nothing at this point. Let's be completely honest. It's very telling, like that players are so open to discuss it. Even Zakaria, he's still owned by the club basically, unless Chelsea are gonna buy him. I don't really believe that, but you never know. But he's not certain to leave the club, and he's speaking openly about it. He's coming forward very openly, saying these things. Like those players are not even afraid anymore, because they're not lying. They're telling the truth. That's the truth. And there's only one man at this point who is basically blind to it. I don't think even Allegri is blind to it. I think he knows. I just don't think he can turn it around. No, I don't believe that. But the feeling is, with all things that happened last week, you know, with the reports and all those things, it's like Agnelli is holding on to the thought like, I'm right, everyone is wrong. This is just a blimp, even though, you know, a blimp is a few games, it's not a few months, years, whatever. But that's the feeling that he's the only guy ignoring all this, ignoring what's happening on the pitch, ignoring what's happening off the pitch in terms of stadium, like the atmosphere, the empty seats, and all those things basically, and also is ignoring ex-players coming out and basically saying what's happening. He's ignoring Nedved, who probably, like, I'm not going to say Nedved is a know-it-all. Like, he knows better. Like, if he gets, you know, in control of the club, everything will be better. I'm not saying that. But I have a feeling also he's ignoring the one guy who has been in a locker room and basically, I believe he's telling him, you know, this is how the locker room is at the moment. And it's very difficult to restore that bond with the coach now. For so many different reasons. For the results, for him coming out and being so openly about, yeah, he's a sub player and blaming everything basically but himself, you know. I think he's like, Agnelli is ignoring all that at the moment and is creating such a negative vibe around the club that I don't believe Allegri can turn this around, not even like halfway, like 180, let's let alone 360. I don't believe that for one bit. And it's very worrying. It's like this week, like last week, it was all Allegri focused. This week, the media has shifted to transfer news. I don't want to talk about transfers. We did that all last season. You can go back and watch daily videos. It was all about transfers because it's the first season, so much that we need to get players out, we need to get players in. I don't want to talk about transfers during the seasons anymore. Grimaldo here, the nice player there, De Gea, whatever, like Indica, Pulisic. I don't want to talk about it. Like, it's the end of September. The transfer window closed a month ago, and it's back to transfer news. Like, you focus on transfer news when you're bad on the field. We are bad on the field, by the way. We are bad on the field. That's when transfer news comes into play, you know? But we shouldn't be this bad. Like, if we were 2010 and we finished 7 again and there's transfer news, I would be like, yeah, because we need transfers in the coming years. We still do, by the way. But with the team we have now, we should be doing much better. Forget about transfer news. Forget about a left back. Yes, Alexandro's not good. Whatever, De Chilio's not good. That's not the issue at the moment. That's not the biggest concern at the moment. The focus shouldn't be, oh, if we get a left back, we will be much better. That's not true. Like, it's not true that if Chiesa comes back or Pogba will be back, we will be magically better. That's not the issue. It will help based on purely individual brilliance, quality, talent, all those things. But that's not the biggest issue. The biggest issue is these players go out there and they don't believe in anything. That's the feeling I get. They get out there and the vibe they give me is like, it's going to be a long day, you know, let's see what we can do. We look scared playing away to Monza. How is that acceptable? We will play Bologna, we will struggle. We won't look magically better. We will go away to Milan, we will struggle. Haifa, Benfica, we will struggle. Because I don't believe anything will change in the coming months. But it is what it is. Another day, another player basically saying what we all know, and what the club, not everyone, but like the main guy, is trying to ignore. And it is what it is. But yeah, that's today's daily video. Let me know in the comments what you think. Please like the video and subscribe. And we will be back tomorrow. Ciao, guys.